Oh, yeah. It is the middle on a loser Monday. Barrett Brooks and Harry Mays. We're going to rehash this awful, awful game. That
Do we have
to? Forced to witness. Yes, we have to. It's written in our contracts.
We all saw it.
Yep.
We all saw it.
A lot of bad football over this weekend.
Yes.
I'll tell you what.
It wasn't just us.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I'm going to say this right out of the gate before we tear apart the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that they won the football game yesterday, but the New York Giants are horrendous. That is a horrendous football team that is poorly coached, where you can give them 4 turnovers and they still almost frittered away the football game at the very end. Were it not for Stonehands Rager, the Eagles would have won that game, a game that they didn't deserve to win.
No,
they would have won it. And we'd be sitting here bemoaning how awful they looked in a win.
That was utterly ridiculous.
Yes.
Come on, man. I mean,
really bad.
Real talk. It was hard to watch the game.
It was.
It was even harder to break the game down at the end.
I know. What was that mood like?
Oh man, it was all somber. You know what I mean? Stone hands, and then we had the stone attitude. My boy Seth, he was fit to be tied, bro.
Oh yeah,
he was fit to be tied.
What was his problem yesterday?
He just basically said, man, this is a bad team that doesn't have to be as bad as they are. I mean, they hurt themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get on Jalen Reagor, and we are, but I think it's one of those things. I'm looking at him like a Marcus Smith, or what was his name? Marcus the
first round pick from
first round pick.
Yeah. I think it was Marcus Smith.
Marcus Smith.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at him just like they look at Marcus Smith. He got drafted in a place that's too high.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of the same thing, In fact, you look at Marcus Smith, Ray had graded him a 3rd round player.
Okay.
And they reached up and they reached down and pulled him up to the 1st round. So we had to live with those to those expectations.
Mm-hmm.
The same grade is the same grade that 3rd round grade is the same grade he had Jalen Reagor.
Okay.
So we reached down and pulled him up to a 1st round when his skill set and capabilities aren't at that point.
Well, he was the right fit. Remember, it was about fit. Yeah,
oh
fit.
My God. I'll take a balling first rounder that doesn't fit the system as opposed to having a guy that fits and just doesn't work.
Right. How about this? A wide receiver that can catch. That's a fit, right? Isn't that a fit for anybody, regardless of the quarterback or the offense you're running?
Somebody can come in and just at least. That's 2 opportunities that he blew. 2 opportunities that would have kept the chains moving or been a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't need to fall into the end zone on that last play. Just catch it. He has another. That's the first. That's the 1st down, and we're going in.
Yeah,
just catch the ball.
And I know that's the lasting image is Reagor. Dropping essentially. He allowed one ball to hit him in the helmet, the one down the left-hand sideline, which was actually a pretty good throw.
He allowed that to hit his.
He closed his eyes on that one, and then he botched one that was right in his hands at the goal line. So those are the last things you think about. But if you go back through that game, there were so many other episodes that screwed them over. I mean, how about, Kelsey having to leave the game for a while and Nate Herbig committing the penalty that called back the Boston Scott touchdown?
And then he had 2 more penalties before that.
Right. Yeah. He had 2 penalties in the same drive.
Yeah.
And the one cost him the touchdown. And then how about the end of the half, after that, where, Hurts is running around trying to force the ball to, I think it was Devontae Smith in the corner of the end zone. He's double covered and throws a pick rather than throwing the ball into the 3rd row with a second or 2 remaining on the clock, and you can kick a field goal.
And that's the problem right there. That's that in itself. You have to look at what the defense is giving you. The defense was giving you 2 high safeties. You're not going to be able to throw deep to 2 high safeties. That's why they're too high. They're the last line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
You have a center fielder out there just playing center field. So, you throw it up in the air like that, he's going to go get it.
Right.
So what do you do with that? You run the ball. Make them commit another safety in the box. But they don't even do that. And also, if you got two high safeties, you don't throw it high. You hit everything underneath. And that's the progression as a young quarterback that you have to go to. If they want to keep two high safeties, you throw the ball underneath. How about us throw it to our tight end who got,
he had like 2 or 3 targets in the entire game.
He can rule underneath. Yeah. Right. You gave him an opportunity to rule underneath. Let him go out there and catch the little, excuse me, comebacks or outs or slants. Give him an opportunity to run drag routes across the field. He's a big play type of tight end. You get the ball to him, he's going to give you yak yardage.
I mean, I get the fact that the defensive coordinator is going to come up with some sort of scheme to try to take away a Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert, on many occasions, because those are the go-to guys in this offense. And they're really the only go-to guys. So I understand all that. But there's no way that you can tell me in 70 some odd snaps or whatever he was on the field for that you could only get him the ball 3 times. I mean, please.
Exactly.
Stop.
Exactly.
And I'm very curious with this whole Jalen Reagor thing all of a sudden. Like, why was he such a focal point of the offense? I mean, is it just because he was the only guy open, or what? Like, I'm always very curious when the Eagles do things, because I'm always like suspicious of the motivation by it. Why is that?
Well,
because I don't trust the front office as far as I could throw them.
Hold on, you put people in an offense that can help you. You put people in the game plan because they're there to serve a purpose.
Right.
And they have to give you a reason to serve that purpose. You have to have confidence in that person to go out there and make those type of plays.
Right.
Why are we consistently going to Jalen Reagor when he can't make the plays? It's not necessarily his fault. He's just not the player we want him to be. So he's out in the offense trying to be a mainstay in that offense when he shouldn't be a mainstay in the offense.
I agree. And the quarterback was brutal all day. I mean, he was terrible.
So, I mean, it's just, you got to look at this situation, and it's plain and simple. Jalen Reagor is just not a number 1, number 2. He might be a number 3 type of player in your offense. He's the guy you go to when everybody forgets about him and he's wide open.
Right, then he'll just drop the ball. Right. But at least he got open. Now let's look at the positives. He was open enough to throw it to him.
Right, but still, though. I mean, he doesn't do anything on special teams either.
No.
He's supposed to be, if he's a fit, he was supposed to be that fit that you use to go out there and make big plays on gadget plays, reverses, speed screens, those tunnel screens, jet sweeps. He has done nothing to show that he's a quick and fast receiver. He had 1 year, his rookie year, when he had 1 catch for 55 yards. And that was it.
Right.
He has done nothing since then.
How about the possession to open up the second half, too? After you botch the end of the first half, where you come away with nothing on an awful play by the quarterback and a decision that I'm still trying to figure out what the hell he was trying to do. They go and get the ball at the 25. They move it a couple of yards on the ground with Boston Scott. And then on 3rd and 2 and 4th and 2, they decide to throw the football. Incomplete turnover.
Right.
I mean, that's 2 straight possessions where you turn the ball over.
Harry, we run the ball. That's what we do.
My goodness.
And we're not doing it. We didn't do it in the first half. And then we did get into the third quarter, and we ran the ball because it had over 100 yards in the third quarter running the rock.
Yeah, and it was mostly the quarterback, though.
But still, I mean, they're calling plays in which he was the feature on the play.
Yeah, I know. I still don't like it. I mean, what are you trying to be, Lamar Jackson?
Well, you look at
I don't want to be the Baltimore Ravens.
Lamar yesterday,
he stunk.
He had a bad game.
He was terrible.
And that's what you get. That's what you get when you have players like that. Yes, they're dynamic with their feet, but they have some inefficiencies in the throwing game.
Right.
They're going to give the ball up. So I mean, that's just it's a give and take type of attitude you have to have towards a quarterback like that.
Right.
So you look at New England. They know what they are, and they don't deviate from what they are. If they're going to lose, they're going to lose doing what they do best, and that's running the rock and having Jones maintain the game. That's all they're doing. He is great at maintaining the game.
Right. He didn't turn the ball over.
Right. He's efficient, at what he does.
Right. He's not good. No, he's not good.
He's not.
But and when I saw that they were down two of their top receivers, I was like, man, this might be a walkover.
Right.
You know? I mean, good.
But what they never deviated from what they do.
No.
Why do we deviate from what we do best? You look at what you saw from the Ravens. They did not deviate from what they do. All right, this is what we're going to live and die by this game plan. And they stuck with their game plan, and they eventually won.
Right.
Well, we're going to play good defense. We're going to run the ball. We're going to allow this quarterback to go out there, use his legs, create magic just by him being him.
Right.
We may falter a little bit here.
You're going to come up short in the playoffs, okay? I'm just guarantee you that.
We understand, but we got to get there. At least they're going to be in the show. You know, you got to be in the show in order to perform. We won't get there because we deviate from who we are too much. We try to make guys more than what they are. No, just simplify everything. Play the game the way it's supposed to be played. That's running the rock, playing good defense.
Now, what did you think? What did you think of the touchdown catch from the former Temple tight end offensive lineman?
Unbelievable.
I mean,
it was a touchdown. It didn't hit the ground.
No, I know.
But that was unbelievable. You got two Temple stars out there making plays on the offensive side.
Yeah, Roche was out there making plays.
Yeah. Come on, man. He's falling on the ground. I thought he made a great play. I thought the ball bounced. He keeps his hand underneath. He couldn't do that again if you paid him $1 million. He could not have a catch like that ever.
I know.
He just concentrated and made it happen, man.
I know. It's crazy.
I wanted to be mad, but I couldn't be mad at him, man. I couldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting there with the final possession. I'm like, they're going to win this game 14-13. They're going to score. Like I was totally like saying it to myself, I'm saying to my wife, they look terrible. I said, but they're going to win. They're going to score here. You watch. I know you're going to win it 14-13.
And I thought we had it all. We had it all, you know, I knew we were going to win, but it was going to be ugly. You know, we had 2 Dr. Rick commercials, you know, so I was hyped.
I saw that. You were all pumped up.
But then, you know, they just found a way. I mean, Boston Scott to fumble like that. You know, I hate to do it to the kid, man. You know,
and how fortuitous was it? Where it popped right into the cornerbacks or the safety, whoever that was, Love, right into his hands, right into his hands. Yeah, he didn't even have to reach for it. Crazy,
it hit him right in the chest.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to look here at the first half stuff because I like to look at this. Gives me this, at least for a dummy like me, I kind of think that I can draw up what the game plan was by where they went in the first half of the game, right?
Right.
Devontae Smith, 3 targets. Goddard had 2 targets in the first half. Quez Watkins had 4. And Miles Sanders ran the ball 6 times. Boston Scott 4 times.
So when you look at that, too much passing.
Yeah, they attempted 15 passes. It was kind of even though. 15 attempts to 16 runs. The problem is that the quarterback runs the ball as much as everybody else does.
Harry, that's when all things being perfect in the way they've won these last 3 games.
Yeah.
That's still over. I mean,
that's
even
almost like what they do for a whole game. 15 to 18 pass attempts is like a whole game for him lately.
So that's not even. That's skewed because they should run the ball probably 70% of the time in the first half. You know, 70-30.
Unbelievable.
To the pass to run. That's just not. It's not what they do. That's not what they need to do. They're not good when they don't do that. So, I mean, for them to say, all right, you know, we're going to pass the ball, we're going to run 50-50. No, that's not a good ratio for this team. 50-50 is not a good ratio. It's a good ratio for everybody else, but it's not for this team. They need right around maybe 70-30, 60-40 in order for this team to win.
Right.
And that's basically what it is. You know, we have to be heavy run-laden offense in order for us to have the production we need to win games.
Yeah, and the penalty that called back the touchdown was a legit penalty on Herbig. He hooked the guy.
He lassoed. He looked like he was WWF wrestling. You know, he hugged the guy. You know what I mean? That's a great call on him.
It was.
They got it right. He should have been out there. They're trying to make – he is not Jason Kelce. Don't pull his ass. You let him block who's ever in front of him.
Right.
You got a game plan to get that linebacker that he's supposed to be getting like Kelsey gets him. You know, nobody else in the league does that. Nobody really does that because you don't have an
athletic center like him,
to do that. Herbig is not that guy that they need to pull him around to go get linebackers. No, you either get him on the front side or you crack block him from a receiver or something like that, or he just unblocked. I'd rather him just be unblocked on that play and then have the running back make a play and make a risk because he's scraping through. So at least when he's making a play 5 yards downfield, as opposed to just getting a holding call on a touchdown and pulling it back. That's why they run the play. That's the Mike linebacker that he's trying to get to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Kelsey feels as though he's not able to get up through the line and get him through the line like traditional centers do. So he said, all right, then I'm going to snap it and pull around and get him on the front side. Kelsey can do that.
Right.
Herbig is not fast enough or athletic enough to snap it and pull around to get there. That's why he was able to juke him out, and that's why he held on the play. That's just not his skill set.
Terrible. But then, even though that gets called back, I mean, you got to come away with points there.
So you kick the field goal.
Kick the field goal, man.
I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we passing the ball down there anyways?
Yeah, and okay, even if you are going to pass it, all right, the quarterback has to know that if nobody's open, I don't try to force feed it in there. I throw, even if you get an intentional grounding, you get
Harry, at the end of the day, there were more different colored jerseys down there than your color jersey. Right. Just throw the damn ball away. We saw that enough with
third row.
He should have learned caution. He should have learned from Carson. Don't play hero ball.
Right.
Don't play hero ball. Live to fight another day.
Are there two conversations that we've been having that we can put to rest for at least a week?
What
the P word, P word, and also that Jalen Hurts is the guy.
Right.
Can we put that away for a little while?
We became overzealous. I understand that, but that just comes with our fan base. That comes with us. We see some great things. We want to ride the wave. Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry. That's exactly what it is with this fan base and who we are. We want the world, but no, the world. In order to have the world, you got to sacrifice so many other things to obtain the world, and we're not willing to sacrifice it.
What would the conversation be had Rager caught that ball and they win 14-13? They get out of there with an ugly, ugly win.
We will still have the same narrative. But at least we'd have a smile on the face. We're still in the hunt
because you'd be 6-6,
right? We would be. First of all, that's right. We'd be, at least not having a losing record. You know what I'm saying? At least we'd have we'd be even. But the biggest thing is we lost and still gained a half a game on that 7th playoff spot, and we lost.
Yeah.
So what if we'd have won, man? It's all those what ifs that make me mad.
Angry Al says we also need to put away the run the table talk. I was never saying run the table. I factored in that they would lose one of these games to the Giants. Remember when I said to get to 9-8, I said they're going to lose one of the games to the Giants. So I'm not totally shocked, but I am shocked at how ugly the game was and the fact that they still did have a chance to win. That just shows me how bad the Giants are.
I'm going to say this to Angry Al. Dallas will get smashed when we play them the last game. You can put your money on that. What's today's date? Today's the 29th?
Today's the 29th of November.
Put your money. I said on the 29th, and Angry Al, I'm sure you're going to remind me on January 9th that I said this, but they will beat the living out of the Dallas Cowboys on the 9th of January.
Wow.
Rest assured. Guaranteed, put a bow.
Now, why are you so confident?
Because if you look at Dallas is a team that's built fundamentally sound against the pass on the defensive side of the ball. But they can't stop the run. They have one guy over there that's a stud. Michael Parsons is the real deal, but he will not be able to hold up against Jordan Mailata on the outside.
Boy, Mailata was crushing people yesterday.
Oh, my God. That's what I'm saying. Why are we not running? Why we're on the 3-yard line?
I know.
And we're passing it?
Right. Yeah,
You run the ball off the left side.
That's
just
what I'm
jump
saying.
on his back.
3rd and 2, 4th and 2. Why aren't you just running the ball to the left
Harry,
side?
you just jump on his back and ride the wave, man. He was demoing people, bro. He was one-handing people and knocking them down. The last time I saw a player play like that, man, it was Larry Allen. He was crushing folks, man. Larry Allen used to make people disappear from the field. Yep. That's how good he was, man. And that's exactly what Jordan Mailata's doing. This kid is starting to play very well. We got to ride the wave. Get on his back and roll in it, man. Roll with it. Run left. All else fails, run left. And it's a daggone shame that, Herbert comes in and I hate to do it to him, but he messed that up, man. You know? I mean, Kelsey came in. He was,
you could see. Yeah, you could see how pissed off Kelsey was that he got hurt, because he felt like, I got the feeling he felt he let the team down by having to come off the field for a couple of series. Then in the second half, he was back in there.
Bro, he's held together by duct tape and bubble gum, man.
I know.
And he's still out there trying to play, man. It was that bad.
Him held together by duct tape and bubble gum is better than anything else they got that they could put in there. That's the shame of it all.
Bro, he's going to spend the night in the training room, man.
I know.
He's going to spend the next 3 days in the training room. He won't see a snap in practice.
I can't imagine what they were doing at halftime to get him back and ready to go out there. They were like, we can't go through the second half with poor Nate Herbig as center, man. We're going to
Bro, they had Jalen Hurts over there. They had the offensive coordinator and the O-line coach over there on their knees pleading, please come back.
Exactly.
Please come back.
Tape it up.
Right.
Yeah. Rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. Take some ibuprofen, whatever it takes, man. Ice, whatever, man. But get back in there, man.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is.
What was the problem? What was his injury?
It was his knee. It was his knee.
Okay.
Yeah, his knee. He actually it looked like a metatarsal strain.
MCL?
The way they fell on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And those things hurt, man, because you have no structural stability on the inside of your knee. You could be blocking and your knee just totally collapsed on the inside and your knee fall down from that, man.
Is that right?
That's kind of what happened with RG3. Remember when RG3 hurt his knee?
Oh,
see how it collapsed on the inside?
Yeah.
Your medial collateral keeps your knee stable on the inside.
Okay.
So when it's strained, it makes that knee, it'll make the knee will just fall in, and you're trying to run or trying to block somebody.
God.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that hurts just hearing you talk about it.
Bro, that's what I did my senior year. I strained my medial collateral my senior year. Bro, it was unbelievable how much it hurts, number one. But number two, you don't have structural stability. It's different from like Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid has meniscus. Meniscus, you could play without meniscus because
it's pain. It's just pain
it's
tolerance.
Just pain tolerance, yeah. But it's different, man, with a medial collateral because there's a structural support. It's a structural support on the inside of your knee.
Yeah. So and how about them losing to Minnesota on over the weekend?
Come on, man.
Yeah, seriously.
But dude, Embiid comes back, bro, and he's like, man, he almost didn't make it from COVID.
Yeah,
still plays 40 minutes.
I know. Well, he apparently, he had it pretty bad,
right?
And he's vaccinated, right?
Exactly. You don't know how it's gonna hurt, man. It doesn't know how it's gonna affect whoever it is' body. Like I had COVID, and it didn't affect me at all. You know what I'm saying? I just had a runny nose.
I didn't even get it when my wife had it.
I had it,
and we didn't quarantine from one another.
You have an old, your body's like, man.
I got that old school immune system, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You just keep eating your ham or turkey sandwiches and keep rolling, bro.
Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it.
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Oh man. Wow. So how about the Giants rolled? I thought this was kind of odd. They played in their 1980s and 90s uniforms, yet they were honoring Michael Strahan.
Right.
Wasn't that weird?
How about Michael Strahan? He's pissed off. It took y'all long enough. Why did it take so long?
Right. Yeah, but I mean, you would have thought that they were redoing Lawrence Taylor in the Ring of Honor or something with those uniforms and helmets, man. What's going on there? I just think the Eagles look so much better in the green jerseys than the black jerseys.
I do, man. I think so also.
You know what I'm saying?
I think so also.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's yesterday's game, man. This is the games, man, that I hate simply because not necessarily losing, because I hate losing anyways, but the way in which they did it, to a team in which they shouldn't have. I can take getting my ass kicked by somebody that's a good team,
right?
But they had 4 turnovers, and they still had the chance to make a play with like a minute and a half left in the game. Turned it over, got the ball back, and still had a chance to go make something happen.
But see, that's the division, though. That's why when you go through these wins and losses at the beginning of the season, you can almost chalk up a couple of these ugly games in the division that you're going to lose to. They're going to lose once the Washington football team too. You watch.
Yep. I can see it, man. I can see it.
It just happens. I can't explain it.
Well, they can't explain it either.
I know.
We all see it, man. It's
right.
It's so irritating, man. And I'm sitting there watching this game, and as I'm watching the game, they're so close to breaking it. They're so close to making a big play. They're so close to stopping them, and something stupid has them.
That's right.
My prediction of the game was we have to make sure that we keep Daniel Jones from running the rock.
Mm-hmm.
I can take him, man. I can see, Saquon
and they did
Barkley.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
They did that. Yeah,
I can see him having, maybe 100 yards, but not Daniel Jones, because he gets those yards that, you hate, that he converts a third down, after you got them all shut down and, they played a great, defensive series, and all of a sudden his goofy ass makes a play, man. I'm pissed, man. Anybody but him, because, that's the worst quarterback in the league right there, bro. I cannot stand Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
When he plays,
Yeah. Or how about Freddie Kitchens? He was all puffing his chest out yesterday.
Right,
on
you
that
suck
sideline.
too,
I'm like, bro.
You suck
Get a
too.
hold of yourself.
Right. What you're calling is not the bomb, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting shut down, man. It's just some stupid lapse in judgment by one of our players that made you look good. You didn't call a good game, dog.
Right.
You didn't.
Right.
Your guys suck. Even worse than our guys. It's just you guys were able to capitalize on plays. I mean, come on now. How do you not blow a team out by having 4 turnovers?
And down their top 2 wide receiving targets.
Right.
Galladay was like the third most productive wide receiver, I think, coming into that game yesterday. He was having a terrible year.
And we made him look pretty good, man.
Yeah.
By running little crossing routes. That's all we're doing, running crossing routes. That's all.
Yeah.
Here he is, the best free agent wide receiver this free agency, and has done nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and Fletcher Cops makes a play yesterday, and he's all about it. Like, bro, like every 3 weeks you make a play. Like, I need more. Seriously, I need a lot more out of that guy.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Seriously.
Young guys trying to step up, man. But I tell you what, man. Once again, TJ Edwards, he continues, man, to show me something, man, that he wants to be on this team, man.
Mm-hmm.
He continues to make plays that
I
didn't think he could make.
Yesterday.
Huge hits. He's starting to get that funk about him, man. He's starting to play at a high level, a very high level.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a short time out. We'll be back and to digest more of this awful loss and the impact on the standings. We're going to go through some of the other games too, because I was watching all of it yesterday. How about the Miami Dolphins? All of a sudden, they've won 4 straight. That draft pick ain't looking too good, is it?
Right. Waddle coming in and making plays.
Oh,
bro.
Ridiculous! Plus all the college football. We're gonna talk about it all over the next 90 minutes. Short time out. We'll be back with more right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Smash that like button.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass, free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hardworking American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this."
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resorts. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
And welcome back. The middle, Barrett Brooks, Harry Mays. Just feels different after a loss on a Monday, doesn't it? You just sort of don't have that energy, that little jump in your step. You know, you're like, oh man.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I woke up like I did something wrong. I felt like I did something wrong. Like I had a bad game or something. You know what I mean? That's what I feel right now. Like, what did I do to make myself feel like this, man? It's tough, man. It's tough, especially when you talk after the game and breaking down the game.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, I feel dirty because I feel as though it's somehow my fault that they didn't play as well as they should play, man. And that, I got to get out of that, man.
Well, what was Ray Diddy's take initially last night?
Yeah, he was like, hold off, everybody. I told you guys to hold off.
Reality check.
Right. He's like, yeah.
Hello.
He didn't give us one of those, but he gave us, he gave us one of those things like, look, I've been trying to tell you guys for the past couple weeks, this is still a bad team. They're getting better, and that's our ultimate goal, is to get better during this time. As long as they're getting better, I'm good with it. But this is not a team that you can, put a whole lot of stock in them being okay. They're just not that good of a team.
Right.
So the expectations you shouldn't have expectations, even on Jalen Hurts. Right now he's in a prove it type of situation. He still has to do a lot to show that he can take this team over and will this team to going into the future. If he's in control going into the future, he's got to play better than that.
Now, the good thing is, you could say, is the Jets won yesterday, because I do not see the Jets winning back-to-back games.
No, absolutely not.
If they get beat by Zach Wilson, we got serious problems.
But hold on. Listen to this stat. They have never beaten the Eagles in the regular season.
The Jets.
They are 13. They're 0-13 against the Eagles in the regular season. Is that right? Yes, 0-13.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Diddy just gave us the stat last night. So that's a point in the right direction.
Right. But we have to be pointing towards historical data to feel good about beating the Jets. That might say more about us than anything.
Right.
Seriously.
At what point do you feel threatened by Wilson? I just can't, man. I told you, I thought he was like the sixth best quarterback in this draft, and he went number 2, but he was the 6th best.
I remember you did say that,
and then
you were right about that.
Shizzo Flex. Hurst Smith a lot yesterday. In fact, why are you not going to him? Why are we going to Rager?
Well, that's
at
what
those
I'm saying.
points,
And
in the game.
This is just me. I'm very cynical. I'm very suspicious. I've always been suspicious of Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. And I look at what Justin Jefferson did last week against the Green Bay Packers and the game that he had. And there was a lot of discussion, again, whenever that happens, like, here's Justin Jefferson, here's Jalen Reagor. And then the next week, Jalen Reagor appears to be a big part of the offensive game plan, or at least they're going to him.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. I can't help but link the two.
Well, they should be linked, because are they trying to necessarily justify the drafting of Jalen Reagor?
That's what a cynical guy like me thinks.
But the mere fact that you're able to correlate the two is evidence enough for me. And the way they've been going to him is evidence enough to me.
Right.
That there's orders from up the totem pole, up the chain of command.
There might have been a suggestion. I don't know if I don't know if I go as strong as order, but there might have been a suggestion. You know? Howie might have walked down the hall and just kind of, oh yeah, Nick, you got a second? You know.
Love the voice, man. Love
on Wednesday. Can you target Jalen a few times? Can you throw me a bone?
Why though? Why?
I don't know.
After he dropped the first one, why go to him again?
I know. Usually that's the case. They've been doing that, or they did it in a couple of games where they try to go to him early and he dropped the ball, and then Hurts never looked at him again.
Well, he did have a catch before then. He had like 30 yards this last game.
Yeah, 30 yards a pretty productive day.
Well, it's not, and then his press conference, he's like, well,
what did you think about that? The fact that he did go out and meet with the media, because he didn't have to do that.
That showed some cojones, man. It showed.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? And last night, I was like, well, why would he even? I wouldn't even have done it, man, because I know he's saying, well, I dropped the pass, which is, he's what he say was out of the ordinary for him.
Yeah,
he dropped the pass.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with him.
No, I'm not agreeing with him.
Right.
And I had a problem with that. But then he said, hey, I just got to go. I got to move on. I got to keep working. I got to move on. I messed up. It's on me. I'm taking responsibility for it. I should have made the catch. I'll say I like that aspect of him.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is definitely ordinary. And we're used to you dropping passes. You know what I mean? But everybody's getting on me saying, well, why you keep – well, if I didn't block and I had a whole bunch of sacks, they would get me out of there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Same thing with him. If look at Seth. If Seth wasn't going out there and being productive, getting tackles, creating havoc on that side on the offensive side of the ball, then they would get him out of there.
Like Wilson.
Right.
They got him out of there.
Eric Wilson is gone now.
Right.
Why do we keep going to a well that's dry? That doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. Why are we trying to force this guy to be a good player when at this point he hasn't shown it? You have to get rewarded for your what you do on the field. Playing is not something that should be just given to a guy.
No, it's merit-based, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to be rewarded for your ability to get open. Be rewarded for your ability to catch balls. Be rewarded for your ability to help this offense move the chains. He's not doing that. So why do we keep trying to make him do that and be somebody who he's not? Not even on special teams. There is no explosiveness in our special teams punt returns.
No.
Nothing. We don't get anything for that. I mean, there's nothing dynamic about him back there, and he hasn't done anything. I'd rather have Greg Ward back there. He would at least give me 6 yards. Reagor gives me nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
So you think there could be something to my cynicism here?
Yes.
The week after Justin Jefferson has 8 catches for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns against their division rival in a win, that Jalen Reagor is targeted numerous times.
Yes, I'm gonna go pass that blunt to me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that blunt.
You are. Well, people on the stream want to take you up on your bet of the Dallas game in week 18.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Yeah,
I'm in it.
and I was wrong last week when I said about flexing week 18. They do flex week 18.
Yeah, they do.
They just list all the games at either 1 or 425, and then they'll flex a week or so prior.
Right.
And if that Dallas and Eagles game is for the division, that's going to get flexed.
There's no question about that. It'll get flexed. And then you look at the Washington game. They didn't have a date on it. It was to be announced. Well, they just made it. It's going to be on.
It's not a Saturday game.
No, it's going to be on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Which is perfect because I had a college football game on that Friday. I have a college football game. I don't know which one it is on that Friday, and I was nervous. I was real nervous on all right. What am I going to do? Because I got a college football game on Friday. I'm thinking I'm cool. I said yes. I'll go ahead and do it.
Well, now, how did the game go this weekend? You flew out of here on Friday.
Tennessee Martin beat up on Missouri State with a backup quarterback
at Missouri State.
Offensive line at Missouri State, and Missouri State had the better quarterback. They had a backup quarterback, and he threw the ball all around on Missouri State's defense, and which their defense was pretty good. Threw the ball all around on them. They couldn't stop them, man.
Right.
High scoring game, but those games usually are like that. FCS, spread offense. It was a great game because it went back and forth the entire day, back and forth, back and forth. Two teams that should have been look at Tennessee Martin. They won the Ohio Valley Conference. You look at Missouri State. They won the Missouri Valley Conference.
Right.
So two conference winners. It was a great game. Great game, man. I got to call a great game. I don't have a pushover. I had to have a pushover team. This week I have to go out to Missoula, Montana.
Right. Now that's for the University of Montana.
Montana and the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies. Now who do they play?
They play Eastern Washington.
Oh,
who's another good team.
That's the Fighting Cowherds.
Yeah, that's right.
The Fighting Colin Cowherds of Eastern Washington University. Right. I think John Kitna went there.
John Kitna.
I think he did.
Okay.
I think so.
John Kitna. That's a blast from the past there.
I think so. On the stream, there's some people that are supporting me. No, actually, he went to Central Washington.
Oh, he was okay.
All right, my bad. Central Washington. Yeah, we got some support here. Let me see. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, Jason Nelson says, Harry, I 100% wouldn't put it past Howie that he put a bug in Nick's ear about needing to show why he picked Rager in front of Jefferson.
We all see it. We all knew it. You called it. You called it. You say it's starting to smell a little fishy now. It's getting a little fishy now. I love it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened, man. It's crazy that we have to go through and it's not even a conspiracy theory anymore. We just expect that and the stuff now. At no point did I say, I don't know now, Harry. No, I knew exactly what you were talking about when you started referencing it to start off with.
I know, that's a shame. Right. It's a shame that we have to go to these lengths.
Well, hey, look, Joey B, I don't think I'm going anywhere or being outside in Missoula. It's going to be freezing out there.
Yeah, you'll probably get snow. How about the Penn State game and the Michigan game, Ohio State with the snow?
Great.
It was pretty awesome. Saturday was great.
Bro, Saturday, it
was so great.
Watching that game, man, and it was so many. I mean, I talked to so many of those guys, that went to Michigan, man.
Yeah.
My boy,
Michael Bradley is still in a gutter somewhere, drunk from celebrating his Michigan Wolverines.
He's in a euphoric state of mind right now.
Yes.
Larry Foote went to sleep with his he's now the coach, the linebacker coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, okay.
I played with him with the Steelers.
Right.
He played like 12 years.
He was a linebacker.
Yeah, linebacker.
Yeah.
Larry Foote slept with his Michigan helmet on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Desmond Howard can't stop smiling.
Right. As long as he stops laughing on game day, I'm good. Stop laughing, Desmond. Not
That's
everything
thing,
is that
man.
funny.
That's his thing, man. That's his thing, man. I actually listened. I had to drive back to St. Louis after the game, and I was listening to radio, and they did an interview with him. After the game, and talking about the win and all that stuff. And he was talking about, how he was the Heisman Trophy, and it was actually a Heisman Trophy. They were just talking about, winning the Heisman Trophy. When did he figure out that he was going to win the Heisman Trophy? He said he knew he was going to win the Heisman when he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Remember, Sports Illustrated used to be our link.
That used to be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the link to what's going on in all sports. If you ever got on Sports Illustrated, you were guaranteed to be that guy. You were that guy. And he said once he hit the Sports Illustrated cover page and had they showed that catch he had. I think it was against Boston College or something like that, where he stretched out and caught it. It was it took it was a 2-page paper. 2-page picture when he stretched out and caught it. He said once he did that, he knew it was a wrap. So that's why the next week, that's when he put up the high when he did the Heisman
when he
pose.
did the pose. Yeah.
Yeah. He said that wasn't even supposed to. He said that wasn't even the dance or the celebration he was going to use. He was going to use some other celebration, but he said, you know what? I'm just going at it. I'm going to do the Heisman.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, I think it was against Notre Dame he made that catch.
Was it Notre Dame?
I think it was Notre Dame.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he said that. He said also, he said he was going to do a backflip because he was dating a gymnast.
Oh, yeah?
And the gymnast taught him how to do a flip. So he's going to run, he's going to have a touchdown. He's going to turn around and do a black flip into the end zone. But he said he just went with the Heisman pose. From that point on, he said he knew he was going to win the Heisman.
No kidding. Yeah.
That was crazy. He said when he first got to college, he was actually a running back.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were going through rookie camp or, freshman camp, he said the first day of practice, he practiced running back. The second day of practice, he practiced safety because he said he was an all-state safety. The third practice, he practiced wide receiver. And they came to him and said, hey, if you play wide receiver now, you can do more for us now and be a contributor early if you move from to running back to wide receiver. He said that's why he did it.
It says the catch was the play that launched his Heisman Trophy campaign at Michigan.
Yep.
September 14th, 1991. He made a diving catch on a 4th and 1 for a 25-yard touchdown against then number 7 Notre Dame to clinch the win.
Wow.
That was it.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
They say Joey B says I have to get a bison burger or rattlesnake appetizer.
Rattlesnake appetizers.
I might try that, man.
You're going to try rattlesnake?
I'm going to try rattlesnake, man. I'm going to try rattlesnake.
Seriously?
Bro, I eat White Castles, man, so I'm going to go ahead and try rattlesnake.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I ate alligator, man. Alligator.
Well, yeah,
good.
I've heard that's good.
Yeah. I've heard.
Like fried. Anything's fried. They just fry it.
I'm about to try some rattlesnake, man. I've tried rabbit before.
Uh-huh.
What else have I tried? Duck.
Well, yeah, duck is good.
I didn't like duck. It was too greasy for me. Yeah, it was too greasy for me.
Yeah.
What else? One time my pops, my pops, his friend brought over some fried possum.
What?
Couldn't get with that. Bro.
No,
that's too much like a rat.
No, that's I'm out on possum.
I ate squirrel. I did eat squirrel. That's
squirrel. There's no meat on a squirrel.
Yeah, well, no meat on rabbit either.
They're all like a tail. That's all they are. Would you fry the squirrel's tail?
My pop made it. He fried it. Man. He barbecued rabbit. Now, barbecued rabbit was good. Fried rabbit was good. The squirrel was okay.
Wow.
I didn't try the possum. That's
I gotta bring
buffalo.
Yeah, well, yeah, bison. Yeah,
bison,
that's good stuff. I got to bring people inside here because they love this stuff. Yesterday at 2:15, you sent me a text of your workstation.
Oh yeah,
at Comcast Sportsnet, and it was a screen grab of a Progressive commercial on your computer screen while you're watching the game. And you said, this is why the Birds will turn this game around now. Dr. Rick to the rescue. You know what type of fish this is? Don't be so coy. The dad joke. Like, you are so obsessed with this stinking advertising campaign. I've never seen anything like it.
And did you see the way he was looking when he said it?
Yeah.
You know what kind of fish this is? Don't be coy.
Oh God,
Bro,
I crack up. I crack up every time I see those stupid commercials because of you. I'm just envisioning you laughing your ass off like you are right now.
Bro, I'm watching it right before the game's about to end. I'm all hyped up and everything, and all of a sudden the commercial comes on, man.
Yeah.
Don't be talking about when we're leaving. The game hasn't even started yet. What are we gonna leave about halfway through the third quarter?
Right. Jackpot variety pack.
Right.
That's the one I like. That guy's hilarious.
Jackpot. He said, hey, the guy in produce.
Right. Oh, that's the funny one to me.
Oh,
that guy's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta have something to give me a laugh after that stinking Eagles game yesterday.
Oh man, it was, and that show flew by, man. It seemed like I sat down and the show was over after that.
What, the post game show?
Yeah, it's whenever they lose.
Yeah,
I mean, the shows go by so quick when they lose. When they win, I hate us, pumping them up, so much when they win. It's easy, but it just seems like the show lasts long. When you have venom and you just pissed off, the show just flies by. I mean, I actually want to hate more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be mad more and talk about it more when they lose.
Well, what was Sirianni's reaction in the press? Did he say anything to you that kind of jumped out post game?
No, I mean, he was just truthful with it. He said, "Look, man, you can't expect to win with 4 turnovers.
Right.
I don't care who you are. You're right. 4 turnovers. You're not a good team, anyways."
He said the quarterback played poorly.
Yes, he did.
That I did. So I was glad to hear that.
Quarterback, and then he said he played poorly.
He coached poorly.
Right.
Did he own that too?
No, I think he did really own it. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But it was just a poor game, man. Everybody played poor. The offensive line didn't pass block efficiently. Let those little young guys rush the passer and put pressure on Jalen. It wasn't a clean pocket.
No, but I will say though, on the throw to Aguilar at the end of Aguilar, listen to me. Raygor. Aguilar and Raygor. They sound similar. On the throw to Aguilar or Raygor down the middle, he made a nice move in the pocket because it was a cluttered pocket on that play. He slid to his left, stepped up, never took his eyes down the field, and delivered a really good pass.
Right.
It should have been caught.
Should have been caught, man. It hit him in his hands.
Yeah.
That damn it. Why would you hit him in his hands? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Put the ball where it's supposed to be. Maybe you'd have made a tougher catch, he'd have caught it.
Like, that's why guys are defensive backs and not wide receivers because they don't catch.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You put them back there at safety.
I mean, maybe when they part ways with Nelson, they should just move Raygor over to cornerback. He's got speed. Right?
He got speed, and when he gets to the ball, he's definitely going to knock it down.
He can knock it down, right? Or maybe his helmet will get in the way.
Right. Bro, I mean, those are two. That might have been his best pass of the day, man. The one that, it hit him right in the hands, and it bounced off his hands and hit him in the face.
Yeah.
Hit him in the helmet. What the hell? And then if you look at the play,
his eyes
you
are
slow
closed.
it down. His eyes are closed.
I know.
How are your eyes closed? You catch the ball with your eyes open. But that is a hard catch to catch over your shoulder like that.
It is.
Because when you do it, your eyes are looking at the ball going to your hands. You kind of lose it, for a little bit when it gets to, when it passes your face like that.
Right.
But you get paid to catch. Bro.
But you would think that in the workout, when you go work this guy out prior to the draft, that he would have dazzled you with a couple of those plays, right?
We made a lot of excuses for him because his quarterback sucked all 4 years.
At TCU, 3 years. Yeah.
Their quarterback sucked, and they just didn't get on the ball as much as and effectively as they should have. So he did a lot of stuff as far as being one of those, utility switch army knives type of players that you game planned him to do it. And I keep saying I want to play him like they play Deebo Samuels.
Right.
He just didn't have. He hadn't juice like that. He didn't have that juice that he does.
Or what's his name? Cordero Patterson. They're putting him in the backfield in Atlanta, and he's making plays as a running back.
Balling. Too.
Yes. How long is it going to take for this coach to figure this out?
No, that's the problem.
Next week they'll have him against the Jets in the backfield.
See, there lies the problem. We don't need to figure out anything for him. Let him sit over there next to Andre Dillard. That's what we need to have him doing. That's the extent of what we need to do for him. You know what I'm saying?
Howie's bunch of rejects. They sit at their own little part of the bench, right?
A little Howie.
We got a first rounder here, and we got a first rounder here.
But seriously, man, I mean, he hasn't done enough to be on the field and stay on the field. He needs to produce. He's not producing, so you have to sit him next to a guy that's not producing also.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stop trying to game plan for him. Stop trying to put him in a great position because he's been in those positions and he's not, reaped the benefits of becoming a better player by being put in those positions.
Right.
You just can't do it. You can't continue.
Crazy game. You get a guy like Chris Myrick who wasn't even drafted. Okay, he was a free agent acquisition from the Dolphins, and he ends up with the Giants, makes a play. Who's never thrown to. He was never thrown to in college either. And he makes a play, and the first round draft pick on the other team doesn't make plays. It's crazy.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. And then, a guy like Boston Scott, given an opportunity, makes a couple plays, but then, he
then
messes up on the last play and fumbles, and then now it's like, all right, you can't really be mad at him, man. But I'm still pissed off at him, but you can't really be mad at Dumb Truck, man. He was out there doing what he could do, man. It just so happens, he got hit and the ball flew out, man.
Yeah. And there was a minute 40 left in the game, and they're at midfield.
Bro, both catches. Both drops. All right there. You can't put a better ball in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put a better ball in his hands.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is they got the ball back again.
And we're in position to do it again.
Right. All they really did in the Giants was force the Eagles to use their timeouts in that possession.
Yep.
Really, they didn't even move. I don't think they moved the ball forward, did they?
No, they didn't.
Barkley left guard for 1 yard. Daniel Jones right tackle for -1 yards, and then Daniel Jones was sacked for a -8 yards. So they moved backwards 8 yards and forced the Eagles to call all their timeouts, and the Eagles had another chance to win the game.
When I look at the stats, man, look, Saquon Barkley, he had 13 attempts.
Yeah.
40 yards.
Yeah, nothing.
40 yards. Daniel Jones, 9 attempts for 30 yards.
Right.
You look at the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 8 attempts for 77 yards. Boston Scott, 15 attempts, 64 yards. Miles Sanders, 9 attempts, 64 yards.
And he got hurt.
208 yards. Yeah, he got hurt.
He got banged up.
But he still could have played.
Yeah, I know.
But I gave him a lot of props for taking him out and keeping him out when Boston Scott had the hot hand.
Right.
He was making things happen. So why take him out? Let him keep pounding it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let him keep pounding it. Gainwell, at the end of the game, he showed the ability to go out there and catch, some wheel routes and, get out there in space on Texas routes and make some things happen.
Right.
So I think the natural progression is Gainwell has to move from running back to slot receiver. Get some use out of that position. You've been
advocating that for a couple weeks.
Yeah, get some use out of that position.
Right.
Give him an opportunity. I want to see him play, man. At the receiver position.
Yeah, how many targets did he end up with yesterday?
Gainwell he had 4 targets.
4 targets.
Caught 3 for 32
catches.
yards.
Yeah.
Yep. Jalen Reagor, 7 targets, 2 catches for 31 yards.
Wow.
Quez Watkins, he's targeted 5 times, had 2 catches for 23 yards. And then Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 2 receptions, 22 yards.
4 targets, 2 receptions.
Yep.
It's not enough.
No, not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. We got to get him ball in more. How about this? JJ Ortega-White.
He caught another pass.
1 target, 1 catch for 13 yards.
And he committed a penalty too. An illegal block, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was actually, man, and on his defense, that was actually a good block, man. That was a good block.
It was?
Yeah, because once he hit him, he was driving him, and if the player moves, he's not going to stay in the same place. He kept his hands on him. He kept contact on him. He kept driving him. That was a good block, man. That's a BS block, man. That was a bad call. A very bad call.
Look at you sticking up for J-Jaw. Were you doing this last night on the post-game show too?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. I was running him through the ringer too.
They targeted Ward once, and wasn't that down by the goal line and he dropped it?
He dropped the sprint right option.
Yes.
That's his play.
Right.
That's his play, and he dropped it. That was dropped the touchdown.
That should have been a touchdown.
Dropped the touchdown.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, while we're killing Rager, we got to kill all these other guys too. Seriously. When you lose, everybody that fails gets killed.
Right, man. You got everybody's in the firing squad.
Everybody owns it.
Yep.
Except the defense, which if you're going to hold a team in this day and age in the NFL to 13 points, you had better win the damn game.
And you're supposed to, man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, man.
All right, let's take a short time out. We'll take a look at some of the other games because there was a lot of other football that was interesting yesterday. And we'll eventually get around to Saturday, too, because that's it. That Ohio State-Michigan game, you as a former offensive lineman had to have loved that game.
That was poetry in motion, man.
Yeah.
Poetry
We'll be back after this.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass, free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hardworking American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this."
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Second hour of the middle on a loser Monday. Barrett Brooks and Harry Mays. And see, the stream is asking how Justin Jefferson did yesterday. He caught, I want to say 4 catches for, 50 yards, no touchdowns. And the Niners all of a sudden are getting hot. They've looked good now 2 weeks in a row now, right?
Yep.
The Rams have lost 3 straight.
All that money they invested too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. I was watching that game. I was looking forward to watching that game after the Eagles game, and I tell you, this McVay, he does some really curious things. He went for it in the first quarter last night, down 7-0 on his own 29-yard line on a 4th and 1, and didn't get it. And they held the Packers to a field goal, which was kind of a win for the Rams defense. But still, I mean, what are you doing in the beginning of the game? You're only down 7-0, and you're going for it at 4th and 1. It seemed desperate to me.
It is. Well, he is desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, he went up there to the front office. He went to the owner and said, "Look, you got to give me better players. You give me better players, we're going to win."
Mm-hmm.
They went out and got the better players, and they're
losing.
Yeah.
And ever since they brought those guys in, they've been losing.
Exactly. So
I know Odell Beckham Jr. caught a touchdown pass yesterday, but I mean, Von Miller's making some plays every now and then. But man, I'll tell you, Stafford is kind of looks a little skittish.
Yeah. Well, he is. He's found a kryptonite, man. They found a way to move him around. He has a good offensive line on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
Whitmore and all those guys. They're good on that, but that right side.
How about Rasul Douglas making another play? He had a pick 6 yesterday.
That's the second one this year.
Well, not his second pick 6. He had an interception against Arizona. He didn't return it for a touchdown, though, I don't think. I'm pretty sure.
He did.
You think he did?
Yeah, he had a pick 6 against, I think it was Arizona.
Well, it was Arizona. He made a play. He made an interception against Arizona. I do know that. But let me check. But anyway, I mean, Green Bay, that's a big win for them. Now they're 9-3.
They're at top of the
so they're right behind Arizona, who's 9-2.
Right.
So
Rasul has stepped up, man. You got to find the right system for your guy.
Right.
And that's the right system for him.
Well, that's what Howie says. It's about fit. I guess Rasul Douglas didn't fit here. Yeah. I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I can't hide it.
You're not. We all see it.
Yeah, we all see it. I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I don't know. And did you see, well, getting back to the Michigan-Ohio State game, I know you were doing your game, so you probably didn't get to watch it.
Nope.
But if you go back over it and look at it, man, the offensive line of Michigan controlled that football game.
I watched the first, I think, 2.5 quarters.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
And their defensive front, those two ends, they're both first-round picks.
No question.
Hutchinson and Ojabo, they combined for 4 sacks.
Hutchinson
he had 3.
Is one of those guys that he's just going to keep going and going and going. He never gets tired.
Like a
he
Bosa.
Never stops. Looks just like him.
I know.
Just like him.
He really does.
Looks just like him, man.
I actually felt good for Harbaugh on Saturday for some reason. He finally vanquished the giant.
You feel dirty right now. You like?
I do kind of feel. I do feel dirty, but I think I didn't watch last night. I was considering doing a hate watch of Baker Mayfield, and then I decided not to. I decided, no, just go to bed.
I watched it, man.
So I went to bed, but I woke up today and I found out that Mike Tirico, who was calling the game last night, finished the call with something like Harbaugh's 2, Ohio nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was huge.
How about that?
That was huge.
Because the Ravens, of course, beat Cleveland and Jim Harbaugh beats Ohio State. I want to get the quote right. I don't want to misquote him.
Well, that's good enough right there.
Awful Announcing had it on their Twitter feed. Here it is. Mike Tirico on Sunday Night Football after the Ravens beat the Browns 16-10. Quote, for the week, the final tally is Harbaugh's 2, Ohio nothing. End quote. That's great.
Bam.
That's good stuff. But it still wouldn't have been worth watching that awful game.
It was horrible. It was horrible offense, but great defense.
Mm-hmm.
Great defense. You cannot block Myles Garrett. They at times they would double team him, triple team, and he was still able to go make a play. They highlighted it on one play where the tight end was in, 2 tight end was in, and a tight end, a fullback, and an offensive lineman in, and he beat all 3 blockers for a sack.
Is that right?
Yep. I mean, it
Wow.
was unbelievable.
Like that's the kind of plays that Derek Barnett is supposed to make. He actually made a play or two yesterday.
He played
Derek
with a
Barnett.
lot of effort yesterday.
Yeah, he did. I got to give him some credit.
He played with a lot of effort,
Yeah.
and he made some things happen.
Yeah, in the backfield, like tackles for loss and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So we got it. Now, there's been a lot of activity in the college game as far as the coaching carousel over the weekend.
Was that crazy?
Did you see what happened yesterday?
Yes, that was absolutely crazy.
Lincoln Riley goes from Oklahoma to USC, and then Florida hires Mike Norvell from Louisiana Lafayette.
Yes.
And
But
then
look at
this
this,
morning, Temple fired Rod Carey.
That made your day, didn't it?
Wow,
That made your day.
Look, I hate seeing guys lose their jobs. All right. I'm not in favor of that, but he needed to go. Okay. He did a poor job. Terrible job.
He just didn't get connected.
No, he was
with
not
this
the right
area.
guy. He was not the right guy.
He didn't
So.
fit. He didn't fit this East Coast. He didn't fit. He couldn't
I
handle.
agree.
He couldn't handle going out and really effectively recruiting kids in this area. You got to know what you're doing in this area.
Well, yeah, but and I mean the offense. Here's the latest tally. Wait, let me get it for you. I don't want to do it a disservice because they were so bad. I don't want to shortchange them. Okay, they were outscored in a 7-game span, all losses, 299 to 59.
Wow.
Seriously.
Yeah, he had to go.
59 points in 7 games as an
He had to
offense.
go. Yeah.
I
He
mean,
had to go, man.
yeah. They were saying that there's, I don't know whether to believe them, if there were 3 years or 2 years left on the contract. I think it might have been 3.
It is
because I think he had a 6-year deal. At least that I saw that. So they ate 3 years of it, and they had to. You can't be afraid of the buyout.
He was a good coach, man, while at Northern Illinois. I won't take that from him. He was a damn good coach in the Midwest.
Never won any bowl games, though.
No. In fact, I did a bowl game. I called a bowl game when they played Marshall in the Boca Raton Bowl. I called that game, and they couldn't do anything. Lynch was his quarterback.
It was Billy Napier. Did I say his wrong first name?
You said Napier.
He went to Florida.
Yeah,
it's Billy Napier. Yeah, I might have said the wrong name.
But look, how about ex-Oklahoma head coach said, "Look, I am not going to LSU."
Right.
He said it, and then all of a sudden, bam, he goes to USC.
Right. Well,
he didn't lie.
He don't want none of that SEC smoke, man.
No, he's trying to get up out of there.
OU's going to the SEC. He's like, I got to get the hell out of here. Okay, I got to go to a conference where I can actually win the conference.
Or I can
to the playoff.
I can call all the offensive plays I want, not worry about defense.
Right.
He wants to go somewhere like that. You got to play defense in the SEC.
Right. I got to just go and beat Oregon and Chip Kelly.
Right.
I think I can do that.
Yeah. I can recruit guys. I can get guys going here.
Right.
Imagine how this recruiting is going to be. If he just recruits California,
I know,
Southern California, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's all he has to do is beat Chip Kelly recruiting. He can do that. He can definitely do that. It's going to be tough trying to recruit against Oregon, though. But, I think he'll do a good job of going out there and making some things happen. Now, who's going to be Oklahoma's coach? Who are they going to bring in?
Maybe they go get Lane Kiffin.
Well, that's what they said, Lane. But then you look at a bunch of guys on their Twitter accounts. You see Lane Kiffin's, what he wants to go there. Crazy.
Oh, the amount of money?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to pay him because he's in demand.
But you know who's sitting back smiling and just like, look at all this work I don't have to do, and I'm gonna get a pay raise this year?
Saban.
Saban has to be the highest paid coach.
Yeah.
So he'll sit back and just watch all this stuff unfold.
Right.
And gain like what, $500,000 to $1 million pay raise.
Yeah, he's got an accelerator in his contract that whenever anybody gets paid more than him, he automatically gets more.
Yeah.
It's genius. It's genius.
Unbelievable.
And I feel bad for Auburn, man. They should have won that football game.
They should have.
That damn running back. And I know Gary Danielson screamed it 20 times, and he's right. Tank Bigsby cannot go out of bounds there.
Right.
Just go down.
I mean, that's crazy, man. Yeah. I mean, because what was it like? It was like a minute left on the clock, and they were up.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they score, man. Because I didn't see that part of it.
It would have forced them to use that timeout.
Right. So I'm calling the game, and I'm looking down on my phone to watch what's going on. And all of a sudden, boom, I see it tied. I'm like, damn, it's over now.
I know. As soon as it went to overtime, you knew Auburn wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
And isn't that overtime rule is a joke?
Yeah, it is. 4 different times, and then you have the 2-point conversion.
I think they go 2 different times, and then the third time they go to 2-point conversions.
Wow,
it's ridiculous.
Well, you look at this weekend coming up. This is gonna be a great SEC battle, bro. Georgia, Alabama.
You know they're 6.5-point favorites. It was 4.5, and the line shot up to 6.5.
Well, as it should, because Alabama looks like they have a kink in their armor.
Yeah,
look very, very human.
Well,
the
the best wide receiver had to leave the game in that game because of targeting. Yeah, he got hit. He got hit with a targeting foul.
The best wide receiver did?
The best wide receiver. Yeah.
He targeted somebody?
Off the field. Yeah, I believe it was on a kick.
Wow.
Or a punt play or something, but he got hit with the targeting.
Wow. But then you look at Georgia. Georgia doesn't look human now. Georgia still seems like they're the machine of all machines. They're going to win this whole thing easily.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, easily. They're ranked number 1, and they'll stay number 1. Who do you think wins the Heisman now?
I would say the kid from Alabama is probably in the lead now. I mean, he didn't play great on Saturday, but C.J. Stroud didn't win. He didn't win. He didn't play horribly either. But, Jamison Williams was ejected for targeting. He wears number 1. And it was a targeting. It was pretty legitimate. I hate that rule, but it was actually legitimate. Yeah, it was in a punt coverage with 9:02 remaining in the second quarter.
Oh, in the second quarter.
He missed a lot of the game.
So that means he doesn't have to sit out the next game, though, against Georgia, because he was out that second half. If he'd have did it in the first half.
Or in the second half, you mean? Then he would have to sit out the first half of the next game.
Yeah, but he did it in the first half, so he sat out the second.
Right.
That way he can go into this Georgia game and not worry about it. He's playing.
Right.
He's playing now.
Yes, thank you, Ash. Ash is congratulating me for hitting the over 7 wins for UCLA. They rolled Cal 41-14, I want to say.
Was it?
Yeah.
Chip turned it around up there, bro.
Chip turned it around, man.
I can't believe you bet with Chip, man.
I know.
Once again, you just feel dirty, man.
I do. I do. I feel dirty. I would have felt dirtier had I stayed up and watched Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, man, I had to watch it, though, man. But defensively, man, it was unbelievable. And Queen, there's another one of those linebackers. We were set that we could have picked him up. You know what I'm saying? Have that world-changing type of defense with that linebacker, bro.
Is he an LSU kid, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right there. We don't pick him up.
Nope.
Well, I'm glad we didn't go with Alabama's what was his name? Foster. Reuben Foster.
Oh, Reuben Foster.
Yeah. He hadn't played a snap since he left San Fran.
No, didn't Washington pick him up?
Yeah.
And then he never played for them.
Nope.
Didn't he get hurt?
He got hurt the first week of practice or something like that. He got hurt.
Yeah.
Then he went to domestic abuse, and then never played after that. He's still bouncing around. He can get on a squad now, but nobody wants to bring him in. Reuben Foster.
Yeah, he had some issues in his background too, right?
Yep.
Weren't there some red flags?
Yep.
Prior to the draft.
Yep. He and the same girl have been going back and forth like this for years.
Is that right?
For years. So,
what is it about these folks, man? Why can't they just get away from people?
Bro,
you know what I mean?
They tell me stop smoking weed, I stop smoking weed.
Right, right.
You know, so if they told me not to breathe, I'd be
Yeah. I mean,
it's easy, man. Just stop doing don't do what they tell you not to do, man.
it must be that just some people are just addicted to one another, even no matter how toxic it ends up being.
Yep.
You know,
she's
they
called
just
the police
can't.
on him many a times. He's called the police on her many a times.
Man.
You know what I mean? They both been calling police on each other.
All right, now here's what everybody wants to know. When you were in Missouri, did you get a White Castle?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes. But this might have been one of the biggest mistakes I did because I got it at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Now, all right, let's take us through the evening. How did this all transpire?
I got back to St. Louis right around 11 o'clock and went over to see my mom and my niece and my brother and his wife. So I'm sitting over there and I was going to get, fried rice. You know, they have great Chinese food in St. Louis. I mean, I don't understand, but it's great Chinese food, but none were open.
Well, I saw that on the stream. People were asking if you went to St. Louis for the Chinese food.
Love it, bro. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I love it. So when everything was closed, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get some White Castles. So I stopped and get White Castles. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's a line around the White Castles. I'm like, come on, man. Well, this is White Castle. I know we'll get through fine. I was in line for 45 minutes.
What?
And I was stuck there, and I couldn't get out because I was stuck in a way that I couldn't, just pull out. There was not a lane that I could just pull out. I was stuck there, and I couldn't back up. I was just stuck in line, and I had to wait 45 minutes for 2 double cheeseburgers, a drink, and a fry.
Oh my!
I was hot, man. I didn't get back to my room till 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had a 5 o'clock flight that morning. 5 o'clock. So I got there. 2 o'clock, ate my White Castles, and it was almost time for me to get up and take the rental car back and go to and get on the plane. 45 minutes of my life was taken away in a line at White Castles.
Jeez.
Talking about hot as fish grease. I was so mad, bro. I was so mad, man.
You couldn't go inside?
No, I couldn't. Well, it didn't make a difference. I couldn't go inside because I was stuck in the line.
Oh, okay.
I was stuck in the line. I said, this should go fast. You thinking fast food was nothing fast about it. My mom calls me, where you at, son? I'm stuck in the White Castles line. Oh, I was hot, man.
Now, Bob Whitebread says, what is a White Castle?
What? Bob, you're missing out one of the luxuries in life. White Castle
delicacy.
burger.
A delicacy.
Yeah, it's definitely a delicacy. It's an amazing slider. I don't comment on what the meat is. All I know is it's good.
Right.
And the way they fry it, if you look at them, the little disc, they're square disc that they have little holes in them. They have 5 holes in them. So when they fry them, they fry them on top of onions and they flip them over with the onions. If somehow that hole it opens up.
It opens?
It closes. And then I think the onions go and they close inside.
Inside the burger.
The hole, yeah. So amazing.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
So that's their little secret. And
then when it's almost done, they set the bottom of the burger, the bottom of the bun on top, and then the top of the bread on top of that. So it steams with the onions and the burger. So when they flip it over and put the bun on top. So it's already been steamed together. So it just comes together in your mouth, just perfectly, man.
You're actually making a case for me to go and find a White Castle right now. I got to give you credit. You ought to be getting paid by them. Right. We seriously need Xander to make something happen. Now, I also see the stream bringing up a very good point because I wanted to talk to you and let you know about this kid too. There was a linebacker for Auburn that was all over the field against Alabama. His name is Jacoby Mclean, number 9.
Jacoby Mclean.
Jacoby Mclean.
Let me write this down because I gotta look this guy up.
Yeah, he's a senior. He was all over the place.
That's my breakdown next.
Yep.
Jacoby Mclean.
And that
I'm on it now.
either one of those defensive ends from Michigan, I mean, they'll probably be gone in the first, what do you think, 10 picks?
Yeah, first 10, 12 picks.
Yeah. I'm not feeling all that good about this draft anymore because Miami's winning football games.
Right. So
they've won 4 in a row.
Well, our record will still be in the top 10.
Well, it's funny because now they have the same record as the Eagles. They're both 5 and 7.
Wow.
So our picks are now back to back right now, 9 and 10.
That's too much pressure. That's way, way too much pressure on Howard, man.
Well, I know, and you know that the New York Giants now own the 6th and 7th pick in the draft, right?
Yeah,
now.
because they traded out and got Tony.
They got their Chicago Bears pick. And the Jets currently have the 4th and 5th pick because they have their own in Seattle's.
They're still not going to be any better than us.
No, I know. they will screw it up.
Yeah.
So right now the Eagles have the 9th and the 10th and the 14th with Indianapolis, who lost yesterday. That was a hell of a game. Leonard Fournette was incredible yesterday.
Well, I thought when I looked at it, I was looking at while I was on the show. I looked at it. It looked like Indianapolis was making a comeback.
They did.
Wow.
They did. Indianapolis was up like 24-14 in that game at one point.
Well,
this
one last game will be 75%.
It is?
Yeah. It's week 13.
Well,
right?
yeah, week 13.
So this is all but guarantee us.
Yeah, and they're 6 and 6.
Yep.
So, I mean,
they're still in it.
They're still in it. I got to see where they are in the playoff picture. Because Tennessee lost again yesterday.
I saw that.
New England is hot. And then they got Buffalo coming up next Monday night. That's going to be a really good one.
That's going to be for the division.
That's going to be a really good one. Let me see. CBS. For some reason, I can't pull up ESPN on this one computer. It just won't let me. It despises them more than me. I can't figure it out. All right, let me look at the picture, the playoff picture standings. And let's see where Indianapolis is. All right, so they are outside of the top 7. The Chargers currently have the 7th pick, or are in 7th place, I should say. Mm-hmm. That's 6 and 5.
They just lost.
They lost yesterday to Denver. The Raiders are at 6 and 5. Denver's at 6 and 5, and then Indianapolis.
That's 6 and 6.
That's 6 and 6. Yeah. And how about Pittsburgh getting blown out yesterday to Cincinnati?
And then you hear the young quarterback say, "Hey, we beat them again."
Yeah.
Wait, let's go to a break, bro.
Let's go to a break?
Yeah, let's go to a break.
All right, let's go to a break. We'll be back in 3.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say We got this.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Oh, yeah. Now I know why Barrett Brooks needed to go to break. Something happened in the Brooks household that he had to attend to. Somebody must have come to the front door, or maybe his grandson got on the internet. We'll have to break it down. I've actually been waiting here for a stupid Terminix guy who said they were going to be here between 10 and noon. Nobody showed. The front door is wide open, and nobody showed. So, what up, Birdman 990? People talking about the draft already. Yeah, RIP to Lee Elder. I saw that, Joey B. Lee Elder, the first black golfer to ever play at the Masters, has now passed away. He died at the age of 87. And it's a shame about him. I saw, last year the Masters invited him to do the inaugural opening tee shot with Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player. Why did they have to wait so long until this guy? He couldn't even do the tee shot because he couldn't get up. He couldn't move. Like, he can't swing. They waited until he was 87. They should have done that 10 years ago. Yeah. Now, so we needed to figure out what happened that you wanted to go to break so fast.
No, my youngest daughter had me come in. She's like, my car won't start. So I went downstairs. Sure, what she was doing wrong.
Oh boy. All right. Jacoby Mclean. That's the guy you need to break down. I'm trying to see here where they have him profile as far as like what round. He has 53 tackles, 7 for loss, and 2 sacks this year. Last year, he had 3 sacks and 5.5 tackles for loss. Yeah, I'd like you to take a look at him. That's what we ought to start doing now, Barrett.
Are breaking them down, huh?
Almost like now that the Eagles have lost a game and we can stop talking about the playoffs for a couple of weeks, should start looking into the draft.
Check him out.
Are you all right with that?
Well, that would be perfect, man. Perfect. Because I love this college football thing anyways.
I know. Was there any players in that FCS game that you did this weekend that you think could possibly get drafted?
No, not really drafted. No, nothing. Nobody just really stuck out a page. I mean, they did have one tight end. He looks the part.
Tennessee Martin?
Yeah, Tennessee Martin. They say he likes to watch film on the tight end just left that's now playing for Atlanta.
Oh, Pitts.
Yes, he says he thinks that he should pattern himself after them because he can play, but his name is Rodney Williams.
Rodney Williams.
6'4", 235, 240 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
runs like a deer, but he just didn't. You know, when you got a player like that, you got to stand out at all times, and I don't think he stood out enough in this last game.
Yeah, at that level, you got to really dominate, don't you?
Right, every single play. Yeah. And he didn't do it every single play, but he looks the part, man. He looks like Tarzan, man. He looks like Tarzan. I think he has some type of ability, but I think he might be a receiver in the league.
Okay.
It's 6'4", 235. He oh man, I'm looking at this now. YouTube saying he's saying that he's one of the hardest hitting linebackers in the league.
Jacoby Mclean?
Yeah.
For
Number
Auburn.
9.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he was all over the field. All over the field.
Ooh. Yeah, he comes with he's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm in love already.
You are.
Yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love.
Now, do you have Howie's email? Can you forward him the video?
I might just have to call him on this.
Yeah.
We'll have to call him. He runs sideline to sideline. He's trying to take your head off every single play.
Exactly. That's exactly what they need.
Exactly.
Is a player like that.
And he reads things quick, man. He gets up the field quick from what I see.
Mm-hmm.
Going down the line. He's got to wrap up, though. You can hit people like that at the college level, but you got to wrap up.
Right.
You run down and try to hit, Howard like this, he'll run right through the tackle.
Right.
There you go. He's got to wrap up. He makes a lot of plays.
What did you see from Saquon Barkley yesterday? Does he look like a guy who's just still not physically right?
He's not explosive as he used to be.
Right.
I'm hoping it's just that he's not all the way healed, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that explosiveness. Once he hits the hole, it just keeps on going. He used to hit the hole and be gone. He's not doing that anymore. So I doubt seriously if he's all the way right. I don't think he's all the way right.
No. Now, do you think Penn State has any buyer's remorse with extending James Franklin?
Yes.
Both those coaches, Mel Tucker and James Franklin, combined $160+ million worth of contracts in that game on Saturday.
For those two.
For those two guys. Yes.
$160 million.
Uh-huh. One guy's getting 9.5 or something for 10 years, and the other guy's getting 7.5. I can't believe Michigan State. They just have a couple of big donors that bucked up for that contract.
Oh my God.
That's unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder how much
Penn State lost.
Right.
Right. Penn State, I think they're 7-5.
Wow.
But he's got a great recruiting class coming in. He's had great recruiting classes every freaking
But you
year.
got to coach them kids when they get there.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to coach them kids, man. They have all the intangibles. Now you got to get them going in the right direction. Coach them in the right direction. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think this Temple coach that got fired, I think he was making around $3 million a year.
I'm gonna go coach.
Yeah. You should.
You be my SID?
Exactly. I just want him to go back to Matt Rule's staff and interview half a dozen guys and pick one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need to get cute. Just
it might be Fran.
Fran Brown?
Yeah.
No. I'd read that they were not all that blown away by the staff that he was going to assemble when they interviewed him the last time.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's the word. So, I don't know.
I need to call Fran, tell Fran, hey, get me on the staff, pay me about $1 million a year.
Right.
I'll help with recruiting. It's nothing like walking into, this family and have my Super Bowl ring and,
bring them some White Castles.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And, treat them to White Castles for dinner. You know what I mean?
Now, you were working at Woodrow Wilson, right? Right.
Yes.
Well, there is a guy that played at Woodrow Wilson. Mm-hmm. He ended up at Penn State, and he was a coach at Penn State, and he came over to coach with Matt Rule and was with Rule at Baylor. I think he might have even gone to the Panthers initially, and now he's at Texas A&M on their staff, named Elijah Robinson.
Elijah Robinson?
Yeah, who's they should interview. He was with Rule. Mike Saravo is a guy they should interview, was with Rule. And Chris Wiesahan.
You know what? I do know Elijah Robinson.
You do? I
Yes.
figured you would.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do know. He's a D-line coach, right?
Well, now he's a running backs coach, I think, at Texas A&M, but he was the D-line coach at Temple.
No, he's still a D-line coach.
He is?
Yeah, he's still a D-line coach. Yep.
At Texas A&M?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I do know him. In fact, I know him very well.
Well, there's your in.
I've been in I've been in his presence before. We chopped it up a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I remember who you're talking about as soon as you said Elijah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Defensive line coach. Okay. Yep.
Wow. We need to find somebody there that can recruit and get things going in the right direction, because, if you can keep just half your kids here, in the South Jersey, Philly area, go to Emotep, get those kids from out of there. Penn Charter, start letting homegrown talent stay here.
Right.
It should be no reason why you can't keep the Axeman's kids here. You know what I mean? Both of his sons are going out of state.
Yeah, but I know. But it's hard to say no to Clemson.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be easy to say no to Clemson now.
Why is that?
Because they're not winning anymore.
Well, they're not
in the playoffs.
They still won 9 games on a down year.
I know, but they're not in the playoffs, man. It's all about those kids seeing that.
I know.
Being on the playoffs.
Elijah he wasn't at Carolina. He went from Baylor right over to Texas A&M.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember, man. Wow.
So you do know him. Yeah, I kind of figured you would.
I'm telling you, man, I could be one hell of a recruiter.
I think so too.
One hell of a recruiter, man. I can get them kids to come on in. And then the biggest thing, I could coach that offensive line. Just little things, man. Woodrow Wilson just won it again.
They did?
Yeah. They won state again. They won it again. So, yeah, I get them kids going in the right direction. That's one thing I know I can do is coach.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids, I'd make sure of that. And,
Yeah,
you don't have to be all hard-nosed with them, but if you show them that you can make them a better player, they don't have a choice but to listen to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll respect you more for what you can do to them and make them better players than anything else.
Would you like to recruit?
Love it. I would definitely do that.
That's a lot of work, man.
But I would take it so serious, man, because that's how you build programs.
You're on the road.
You got to get the talent there. Yeah.
You
get the talent there. Once you get the talent there, we'll know what to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in the right position. They'd have to listen to me. Whoever the coach would have to listen to me. So.
Well, maybe you should ring up your buddy Elijah.
I'm going to see if I can get his number.
Yeah. I tell you.
So you don't think they'll give Fran a chance, huh?
Well, I'm not saying they won't. I think they should interview him.
Right.
I think they should. He's a really good recruiter, man.
Very good recruiter.
That's why Rutgers scooped him up. They promoted him over what he was doing at Temple.
Right.
Now
he started out as a at Temple as like a quality control type of guy.
Is that right?
Yeah. He worked just the way up into coaching.
Yeah,
he didn't just give him the defensive back job. He was writing up play cards for scout teams, doing stuff like that first.
He was a co-coordinator at Temple, and now he's the secondary coach for Rutgers. Is that right?
Yep. Like I said, he worked his way up to do that too.
They must have just given him more money. Yeah. Well, I know, they talked to him the last time. So, I don't know.
I know Preston. Preston was the coach at Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah.
Now he's with Temple, and he's going to be like a coordinator for him. I wonder if they give him an opportunity to coach.
I don't know, man. That's what they do. They go get these high school guys, bring them onto the staff as a way to help recruiting. Makes sense.
Make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's how you become great, man. That's how you get the kids you need to get.
Now, what are some of the games next week that look good to you? Denver at Kansas City is the Sunday night game. I'm actually shocked that Denver's winning all these games because they did not look all that impressive against the Eagles.
No, not at all.
Arizona goes to Chicago. You would think the quarterback would be ready to come back for that game.
Yeah, that would be a blowout. They might beat them by 50 points.
They're favored by 7.5.
The Chargers-Bengals game is going to be a good game because the Chargers have to stop the bleeding, man.
Yeah, they do.
And I think this would be the perfect,
that's
perfect
a road
game to do that.
Yeah, at Cincinnati.
And Bosa, that'd be just his thing to go out there and stop that whole running game. I mean, that whole passing game that with Cincinnati.
Miami's probably going to win their 5th in a row because they take on the Giants at home.
Right. They'll take care of business.
Jesus. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Baltimore's favored on the road. A lot of road favorites next week. Dallas, Minnesota, Arizona, Tampa Bay.
49ers.
Indianapolis, the Eagles, Baltimore, San Francisco are all road favorites.
Yep.
Eagles are favored by 7.
Why they do that? That put the pressure
7.
on us. That put the pressure on us there. But it should be. This should be a game.
I agree.
Thinking, they should have the, thinking like, all right, we're going to go down and whoop them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go up and whoop them, rather. You know what I mean? They just played in that stadium. They'll be good to go.
Right.
They just switched locker rooms. That's all. They should go up there and beat them handily, man. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, I mean, and that's off a Jet win, too, and they're still a 7-point home underdog.
Right.
That shows you what Las Vegas thinks of them. Not very much. Kansas City's favored by 9.5 to Denver at home.
I don't know about that.
Man.
The way their defense looked yesterday. I just saw little snippets of the game.
Oh, you saw? I didn't get to watch much of that Chargers.
Yeah, I just watched little snippets of the game, and defensively, man, Patrick Surtain, had a great game.
Did he have a pick 6?
Yeah.
I thought I saw that.
A good game. A good game also is going to be that Buccaneers at the Falcons.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, man. What's the line on that?
9.5.
I think it's going to be it's going to be tighter than that.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some big point spreads in these divisional games.
Right.
Man.
Right.
What about Dallas? Thursday night, Dallas is favored by 6 on the road at New Orleans.
I don't know, man. It's by 6?
By 6.
It should be way more than that. I mean, the Saints suck, man. They really suck.
Well, does Kamara come back?
I think he does.
Let me see here. Saints news Thursday night. Injury update on Alvin Kamara is promising before the Thursday night game. He was seen practicing on Sunday.
There it is.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Huge deal.
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but I could see them maybe keeping it close. It's not who you play. It's necessarily when you play them. I mean, the Eagles got a break.
That's one thing.
Think about that. And I thought they were going to get a break yesterday. They
did
the top
have
2 wide receivers, and they found a way to lose that game.
Right, but they did have a break. They just didn't take advantage of it.
Right.
They didn't take advantage of it, man. It's just ridiculous. That game was atrocious, man. The more and more I think about it, the madder I get. Mm-hmm. 3 picks, a fumble. Come on, man. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable, man.
Why do you think Jalen looked so bad yesterday?
Because they were put in a position that, they had him in before. Having them throw the ball. Why? This doesn't make sense. I mean, honestly, you look at the first 15 plays, you knew it was going to be that type of game because they started out throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't do that.
I know.
You don't do that. Why are you throwing the ball? They got 2 high safeties. You got to get them out of that first. They had 2 high safeties because they didn't respect the run. They didn't expect for this Eagles team to come out there and throw the ball like they did. It played right into their hands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's exactly what they wanted them to do. All right, you going to keep throwing it? We're going to keep sitting back and playing coverage. We're glad you're not going up there and beating our guys up front. We're glad because we got 2 small defensive ends. Your big tackles on our defensive end, drive block them. You'll make it a hard day for those guys. But what do? We let them throw the ball, making our tackles pass block, as opposed to using, their size and strength against them. I mean, their defensive end look like pass rush. I mean, like linebackers.
Yeah.
But we want to pass the ball. Come on, man.
All right. Now there's somebody on the stream here, NJ Fishing Maniac, who says Hurts is the long-term QB. You better start to like him. But if Aaron Rodgers said he would sign to us, I would say adios, Jalen, LOL. So he seems to think that Hurts is the long-term answer. Where do you get that idea?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so. Do you? I don't know that they know yet.
The organization wants that.
Yeah.
We all know the organization wants one of those top-tier quarterbacks. And they're not going to mind using those draft choices.
Yeah, but
and paying them.
But the thing is, you're talking about one of the veterans.
Yeah, one of the veterans.
Okay. Because
they could draft one of those. They could draft one of those quarterbacks come out of college. Either one of them, the one from Pittsburgh or the Howell from
North Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, but what if they say, the draft in 2 years is actually a better quarterback draft? We'll trade out of the first round with one of these picks to get a pick next year.
I can see that happening.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. And that way you take the earnest of making that decision off Howie, give Howie another year to see if he can turn things around.
Another year to screw it up.
I mean, think about that though.
Yeah.
You give him another year in which he's orchestrated just by, taking those draft picks and making them for next year, as opposed to this year, when you can just ride Jalen Hurts. They know they're not going to get any better. And if they go out and draft one of those quarterbacks from this year, that's just another year they're going to have to wait anyways. Why not wait with a guy we've seen play, who's proven, who understands what we're trying to do here?
Right.
And, not have to commit to him because he's still cheap. He's making second round. He's not even making first round money. You know what? That's the most optimal position that they could do. That'll, is what would make a lot of sense to me also.
Right.
That makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. So, that's I would believe that's the thing they're going to do, because if he keeps him, man, right now, they're burning a hole in his pocket right now. They want, that's like back in the day when I was a young buck. I had money in my pocket. I just wanted to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even care what I want to spend. I just wanted to spend it. That's kind of what it's feeling for Howie right now. Oh, I want to use these picks.
Right.
I gotta get rid of them, man. I gotta do something with them. When if you do that, I mean that might be the best position that they could put themselves in. Although I would like them to use them on the defensive side of the ball. I would love that, but I mean, do we really think that's going to happen? They're not going to go out and get a Jacoby Mclean. That'd be too much like Wright.
Jacoby.
Yeah, Jacoby Mclean. Yeah. I'm not going to do that.
No.
I just got through watching film on him. He fits everybody's board as far as a guy that come in and ball right now.
Right.
An instant impact type of player, right? Coming downhill, breaking guys' necks. That's what you want. You want that type of player, man. But we're never going to do that at the linebacker position. They're not going to give us, that much of a gift. That'd be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Isn't he? Is he a little small?
Let me see how big he is.
It says here. Wait, I don't even have it.
I got it up already. Let me look at his bio. His bio is 6 foot 219. Yes, he is a little small.
A little small.
So what? So what?
Okay, I'm just bringing it up.
Yeah.
He's a little small, but he's balling in the SEC.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you can't get past that.
Right.
He just balled against Miami. I mean,
right. This got him
Alabama.
This got him play defense for TCU.
Right.
Okay. He's playing Auburn, playing for Auburn.
He's played against
Yeah.
the Georgias, the Alabamas. You know, he's played against those guys. He's seen what it takes to be, go out there and be a player.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on the Georgia quarterback. That's what still makes me a little suspect.
No, I'm not
of
either.
them. They're great defensively. I get all that, but I don't know.
They got that defensive tackle sitting in the middle of that defense. How about we go get him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he'll be gone in the first couple of picks, right?
Yeah, he'll be a top 10. He'll be a top 5 pick.
Probably.
That's how good he is. He's a game changer. That's the next sap coming out.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He runs like a deer. You know, he's running down quarterbacks. They have an angle on him. He's still outrunning them. He knows how good he is.
I'm looking at a mock draft here that has Thibodeau going first to Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson, he's the Michigan defensive end, going second to the Jets.
I can see that.
Here's your guy, Jordan Davis, defensive tackle, Georgia. Third off the board to Jacksonville. Then the Texans take Malik Willis, the quarterback from Liberty. Oh, and by the way, I saw something that Liberty University is paying their football coach $4 million a year.
What?
Hugh Freeze just got a contract extension to keep him there.
Yeah,
how do they afford that?
Well, I mean, they got guys in high places. I mean, that's a Bible school, isn't it?
Yes, it's a Christian school. Yeah,
a Christian school. Yes.
All right, then the Giants take Evan Neal, offensive tackle / guard from Alabama, with the 5th pick.
Good pick. They need that to solidify that offensive line.
The Jets take Derek Stingley, cornerback, LSU.
Yep.
Giants, Jermaine Johnson, defensive end, Florida State.
He's a project, though.
And then the Eagles, with the 8th overall pick, take the safety Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame.
I'm not mad with it. I think that's a safe pick.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he's good, man. He's good. You know, he's like the other Notre Dame guy from that plays from Minnesota now. What's his name? Kid from Minnesota.
I forget.
Matt
Corral, 9th to the Falcons. Carson Strong, 10th to the Washington football team.
Wow.
And then the Eagles at 11 take George Karlaftis, defensive end, Purdue. You've talked about him.
He is definitely a great pick.
Yeah.
I am not mad at that draft.
I like that
pick.
Now. I like that pick.
Me too.
Charles Cross, offensive tackle, Mississippi State, goes to Carolina. Trayvon Walker, defensive end, defensive tackle from Georgia, goes to the Broncos. Dolphins, Ojabo from Michigan. That's the other defensive end. Then Damone Clark, linebacker, LSU. And then the Eagles take Ahmad Gardner, cornerback from Cincinnati. What?
He's a big kid, but I don't know if I necessarily get him. I would more so. I would went up and get that the linebacker from LSU. Oh, but I was saying it was Harrison Smith. That's his name, Harrison Smith.
Oh, from Minnesota Vikings. Yeah.
He's that type of safety.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if that guy from Auburn gets taken in this mock draft in the first round.
He'll probably be a second.
You think so?
Yeah, he'll be a second. Just because of size.
Just because of the size, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of the size.
It's funny how that works.
Then they go out and be ballers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just they do grow into their bodies now. He might stay 6 foot, but he might be like a Sam Mills type of player. That's a great on to pattern yourself after.
Right.
Trust me.
He was small.
Oh,
right?
Sam Mills,
really small.
I pulled around on a tackle trap one time, and I came around the corner. Sam Mills put his helmet right in the middle of my chest, right in my sternum. Man, I couldn't breathe for like 2 plays.
Is that right?
Man, he rocked me, stood me up right there in the hole, and made the play.
Wow.
Came back to the huddle. Next time you'll get the guy back to me. Next time you'll come down with your pads down, won't you? How can you say anything to him? I was like, man.
So you learned a very painful lesson.
Low man wins.
Now this mock draft has the Eagles taking a linebacker in the second round from Penn State.
Who?
Brandon Smith.
I gotta look him up.
Write that name down.
It's that time. It's that time.
It is. I'm still looking here for this kid from Auburn. Pittsburgh Steelers take Kenny Pickett in the second round from Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah, they probably need to get a first rounder this year.
The Saints taking Sam Howell in the second round at quarterback. Here he is, Jacoby Mclean. In this mock draft is taken 54th overall by the Bengals. Second round pick.
Wow.
There's your guy. All right, so you got some projects to do. We're all out of time. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy your Monday, folks. Enjoy the football tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow at 11.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
As a hard-working American, you've never experienced how tough life can be until now. A catastrophic injury while working on the job. A personal injury from someone else's negligence. Turned away by other law firms in the region who didn't bother to learn your story. It's time to meet the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm and managing partner Brian Fritz. Badly injured? Call the Fritz & Bianculli Law Firm. Find out why they say, "We got this."
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.